Broadcasting through the depths of outer space.
Hello, I'm alive. I don't know what's going on.
By your command.
Fascinating.
Damn you all to hell!
It's the Sci-Fi Podcast. This is episode 34 of the Solo One Sci-Fi Podcast. Michael Ball with Martin Fowler in sunny London. I'm in sunny Portsmouth, and we're here again to talk to you about anything sci-fi related. How are you, Martin?
Feeling good. I'm testing my feet out on my new carpet.
Oh, and how's it? Are you pleased?
Yeah, I'm bouncing around on it everywhere.
Well, don't get up to anything too extreme on the podcast because, well, actually you can. I mean, I can't see you, so I mean, you could be doing anything on there. So maybe we shouldn't go there. I don't know.
You really want to know?
No, I don't. No, that's fine. That's fine. I just heard from my boss about 10 minutes ago. My heart's pumping. So
Yep.
he was asking whether I'm coming back in September when the schools start up, and he was going on about PPEs, which I'd never heard of. But apparently, are you familiar with the phrase PPEs? Am I being dense?
Yeah, it's personal protective.
Equipment, I think it is, or something like that.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
But I just not heard the term before, so I was sort of thinking, what's he talking about? But I'm not going to tell him I don't know what he's talking about. But the more he talked about it, I realised it was protection stuff. So he says he's going to send me some stuff over before we go back. But in the end, I've got to. In September, all my kids are going back to school. People are going to be out and about a bit more, unless there's another lockdown. And I can't be stuck in my room. Go on.
How do you feel about that?
I'm not very happy about it, but in the same regard, I'm very aware of how to protect myself. If I've got equipment like the mask and the visor thing, I think that's a positive thing. He's always said about things like keeping keys away from other workers and keeping... Luckily, my job's in a van on my own most of the time. And so it's, it could be a lot worse. I could be going on public transport. I could be like going on the tube to work in London or something. So I've got mixed feelings. What about you? What's happening with you? Are you going back to work at some point soon, or are you still up in the air?
Up in the air.
Yeah, okay. So that's... well, let us know if you want to share anything with us about what's happening with your end.
Yeah,
because...
I'm just as lost as you.
Yeah, well... but we've got 7 weeks though, so 7 weeks to chill, do whatever we're doing. I mean,
yeah.
So that should be good. Right, so what else are we going to talk about? Well, let's. Shall we go into the sci-fi news? There's not a lot to talk about, but we're going to throw some things to share with people.
Yeah, I haven't got my microphone with me. I'm speaking through the normal.
Oh, you sound all right.
that-
You sound fine. You sound slightly
I
more
can't
distant.
get to it because I've got a friend coming down Saturday who's doing loads of DIY. So.
No problem. You sound
and
fine.
Loads of memorabilia in the bedroom, which is annoying me because I need to move it into here.
Yeah.
But that's all for next week's show.
Yeah, well, that's, like I said, I mean, sometimes you post some stuff online, so if you want to share
Yes,
whatever you're doing,
yes.
that's always good to see. With my end, what am I doing? I'm still putting a few more 3D starships on my wall. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 25 ships I've got up there now, which is pretty good. So it's a very sci-fi based room now, so my den is quite cool. Right.
I bought a 6-foot Wonder Woman yesterday. No, I did. She stood next to me right now.
Okay, all right. Is it the Linda Carter? Or is it? Because that's the only one I'm familiar with.
Yeah, it's the new one.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't know anything about the new. You know, I'm like with modern superheroes. You give me the Incredible Hulk or Wonder Woman or the $6 Million Man or whatever, or Christopher Reeve Superman. But I'm hashtag Marvel Virgin. I do like Iron Man, but I know I've got to try some because
I know I'm not going there.
I know I will.
You know the word?
I will.
MV.
Oh, hashtag Marvel. Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
Hashtag
Marvel Virgin. I know that should be viral. That should. I mean, how many times have we said that? I will put that on this week's podcast when I put it on YouTube.
Hashtag Marvel Virgin.
I don't
coming this week to a channel near you.
The thing is, Virgin? No, Marvel, not Virgin. Marvel is, the problem with Marvel for me is it's such a big entity. It's so huge that I wouldn't really know where to start. And there's about 30 films or whatever they've done. They've done so many films. and they're all loosely linked. I can see why you're into it. It's a bit like Star Trek. I mean, Star Trek is so huge now because you've got about 6 live-action TV series, you've got 13 films, you've got two animated versions as well on the TV as well, and you've even got the fan films. If you were into Star Trek, where on earth would you begin unless you started right from episode 1 of the original series? It's a huge thing, and I think that from my perspective, Marvel's a similar thing. It's just such a big thing. But I will at some point. Like I said, I've got a load of free DVDs, Blu-rays this week.
I saw the picture.
Yeah.
What did you choose?
I've not tried any of them yet, but I've got Blu-ray. I mean, it was a pavement. We go for this walk every day just to exercise, and it said free Blu-rays, and it was about 9, and I'd heard of some of them, but some of them I hadn't heard of, and I thought, well, they're only so it's just going to take them, and they are Blu-rays, not even DVDs. So I thought, I'll take them. It seems to be all right. And they're all in good condition, and they're all worth a bit because Blu-rays. Although Blu-rays are going down in value apparently now. Apparently they're not as expensive as they used to be now because a lot of people are going for digital copies of stuff. But do you think people download digital stuff to keep like I do, or do you think they're just?
I don't know. I mean, it's all changing. I'm now starting to think, is it worth buying like Blu-rays?
That's what I'm thinking because now
I bought a few like recently, but I'm starting to think now because my Now TV subscription ran out after the free 6 months.
Right.
So I've been that, and I went out and bought a Roku one. And it's a little stick. It's got 5,000 channels on it.
Well, I've got a large collection of stuff now, but it's digital. And the thing is, though, once you've got that, there's nowhere else to go. So, but in the end, but what I think is surprising that people, I want to have a copy of we have talked about this before, but when it comes to films and TV shows, I want a copy which is my own. I don't mind accessing stuff from things like Netflix or whatever, or even iPlayer to watch it. But
you don't own it.
You don't own it, and then they could take it away. So that to me doesn't have the appeal of physically owning. Even if it's a digital copy, it's mine. It can't be taken away or edited or something happens to it. That cannot be altered because it's away from the internet. It's and that's the one thing. But I don't know whether digital copies will become as big in the future and people will just have like massive hard drives next to their TVs.
I don't know. I mean, the thing is like the next two gaming consoles coming out, they are going to have disk drives.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the new Xbox and the PS5, they're going to have hard drives.
Yeah, so that's it. So
I think that's last generation.
Yeah. So what do you think will happen after that? Then it'll just be like something like built into the TV, like each TV will have.
When 5G comes, I think all the buffering days with internet will be over.
Yeah, I think
and
so.
Once that happens, you'll have it on 24 hours a day.
So that again, the thing is though, if 5G is that good and you can just about get it anywhere and it doesn't keep, as you say, buffering, then will people want to have a digital copy of their films which are away from the internet? That's the thing. So it could well be that with 5G, that's it. Everyone just has Netflix. They don't own any films. They're not bothered. For me, I won't.
Well, I went to CEX and I bought a stick for 28 quid.
Right.
And it's called the Roku stick after me. I've been me at Now TV because I got 6 months. I didn't really bother with it.
Yeah.
But I got, you can get up to 5,000 channels on it. And 70% of it's free. There's loads of sci-fi movie channels on there and they're all free.
Really? Okay.
I'm watching this, started on this reel. I mean, there's a lot of bad stuff on there, but it's quite fascinating going through it all.
Yeah. I mean,
just endless amounts of channel. I put the Scottish TV app on and watched the first episode of Take the High Road.
Oh God.
1980.
Oh no! Well, I've still got my Brooksides to go through. I know it's a bit further south.
I only watched one episode, but they were all on there. And there's music. I mean, it's just endless.
It's really, I know, and it's amazing, isn't it? I know the old shows.
The size of a pen. Just
yeah. Well, of course, I've got my 2 8-terabyte hard drives, which are they look like monoliths from 2001. But they're great. I have one here and I have one at my mum's as a backup, and it's great. And it's like you can have your whole, rather than having all those Blu-rays and DVDs and CDs, just have them in a little box and just transfer it
but
around.
sometimes, I mean, I'm not going to get rid of them. I'm going to keep them. You know
Me
what
too.
I mean?
I can't. I like them in my room because they look cool, and it's
Yeah.
kind of like, even though I don't
Well,
use
your
them.
internet's down.
Yeah, but that's exactly why I've got stuff on digital or the Blu-rays or DVDs, because that's the thing. That's what I'm saying about if 5G is so good, but then it never goes down and you never have buffering issues. Then whether people were there more, like I said, those Blu-rays which were chucked out last week, or actually only yesterday, I was surprised about that because you could have sold those on Amazon even for like a $5 each or something. So
Did you, before we start the news, did you
Yeah.
see that thing on? I caught it on YouTube. The BBC did a documentary about 5G conspiracy theories.
oh, what does it say? No, I've heard of it. I
They
didn't,
say about the people that burn down masts and that.
yeah.
But you've got an opposite to that. You've got 5G fanatics.
Okay, so what is their philosophy then?
There's these two real nerdy guys that go around Britain making a map of all the masts. They're right excited about it.
Yeah, well, is it that exciting?
Problem was they've had to shut the web down because all fanatics were burning masts down.
What?
They had to shut it down.
I tell you, the world has gone absolutely bloody crazy, isn't it? It's absolutely bonkers.
I've got some good news.
Oh, go
I've
for
got-
it. Well, is this sci-fi news, or is it for the jingle first, or is it non? What is it?
Put the jingle on
All right,
first.
okay.
Let's go.
All right, jingle. Here we go.
Working.
So the sci-fi.
News.
Right, what's your news?
Oh, what now?
The big
Oh,
boss.
got me out there. Right, let's start with this.
Go on.
Lawnmower Man is coming back as a scripted VR series.
Oh, okay. Did you like the original Lawnmower Man?
I like the first one. The second
one with-
I don't,
Oh, yeah, I only saw the first one.
don't bother with the second.
I-
Second one's like Islander too.
The only thing I remember about Lawnmower 1 was the hot blonde in it. There was a hot blonde in it. But that's the only thing I remember about. And it had Pierce Brosnan in it, didn't it? And it had this guy who was challenged, who was a Lawnmower Man, who became... Actually, it was quite a good film. I took that. I really watched, actually, Lawnmower Man. I wouldn't mind seeing that again, actually, thinking about it.
Don't bother with the second one.
Oh, another poor seat. Was anybody from
It was like Highlander too.
Oh, God. So, no, I'm not seeing that then. Okay. Why is it you always get these inferior sequels, don't you? Like,
I don't. Spotted by Road to VR content company John VR has revealed plans to revive the 1992 film as a multi-episode series. The original film launched an unethical scientist developing VR tech to experiment, elevate mentally disabled groundskeeper Job with telekinesis, parking and telepathic abilities. No details on plot yet. Countdown release model for the rebooted Lawman have been revealed yet, although John is working with movie rights holders Jim Allen Rupert Harvey to develop the property.
okay, cool. Brilliant.
Yeah.
What else? I mean, I've heard, from news from my end, I've heard that the actor who Hayden Christensen, apparently he may be returning in the new Obi-Wan series with Ewan McGregor. Have you heard about that? I don't know if you heard about that, but that might be interesting.
No, I'm not that bothered.
No, you're not bothered about that? I mean, well, the thing is, though, if he's going to be behind the
They've told this
mask...
story. I mean, they've told this story how many times?
So, how do you feel about the Obi-Wan series in general? Are you underwhelmed?
I want it to be about Obi-Wan after the fall.
Of the okay, well, I mean, I'm certainly interested in that, but like I said, it's early days yet. They're not even started
But I
production.
mean, they covered him and his adventures in the Clone Wars, the cartoon.
I've still not seen that all yet. I've only seen the first few episodes. It's such a big thing to get into again, but I want to try that. Other news: Disney's token LGBT scenes don't help Avengers or Star Wars pass the visibility test. It says GLAAD's annual report giving failing sources to two of Disney's biggest releases when it comes to both representation of LGBTQ plus characters. It says that the annual Studio Responsibility Index report has given failing scores to two of Disney's biggest 2019 releases, Avengers Endgame and Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, when it comes to both films' representation of LGBTQ characters. GLAAD is a media monitoring organisation founded in 1985. It serves to hold various media organisations accountable for discrimination towards members of the LGBTQ community.
Right. Let's sort this matter out now.
So go on.
Right, you're a superhero. You're going into battle against Thanos and his hairy hordes of aliens.
Yeah.
He has the Infinity Gauntlet ready to vaporise half the universe. And there's you and a lot of superheroes. A cosmic energy blast going off everywhere. You know, you're in the middle of a battle and somebody sits there thinking about LGBTQ rights.
Well, that's what it says. I've not seen the Avengers one.
It's like you're a stormtrooper. You're going into
and you're going to give the other stormtrooper a kiss. Give him a kiss.
The gay stormtrooper, and there's laser guns going off, hats, fighters everywhere. Yeah, you've got an idiot officer. You're going to turn around and go on about your rights, are you? Are you going to think about that? When you've been shot at from all directions, are you really going to stand up and think about that?
That's what they're demanding. That's what they're saying.
No, we
That's
can't do that. Not when you're in a battle situation.
No, it doesn't matter. You've got to present. You've got to present representation. That's what you're supposed to do.
Going on planetary bombardments.
It doesn't matter. Look, I totally agree with what you're saying, but that's what they're saying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm on your side.
Yeah, but you're not going to stand up and wave a bloody flag and get look, somebody's shooting bombs.
You can
you said me. I'm not going to be thinking about,
No, you're not going to be thinking about that. You're going to be thinking about surviving.
I'm thinking about getting through it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what I'm saying. So apparently, both the big films.
Spoiled the day, didn't you?
I'm
had
sorry.
to do it.
You needed some news, and that's what the news is. I think it's crazy. I mean, like I said, I don't know what was in the Avengers one, but like I said, I don't know.
I mean, I've seen that film 20 times now. I adore Endgame, but I don't. Well, yeah, they're just a load of fucking. Sorry for my language.
Go on.
They're just a load of superheroes trying to
doing
stop
whatever they're doing.
An intergalactic despot, you know.
Right.
And that's what they're doing. I mean, it's never really Captain America's really said. What about civil rights or this? Look, man.
Crazy.
He's wiped out half the universe. Snap of his finger. You really going to think about politics?
Well, I reckon in the future with these face altering softwares that they'll probably put sort of gay kisses in classic films like The Godfather or something like that. Or they'll do it. The Enterprise NCC.
I'm not against. Look, I'm a very progressive person. I'm open to
I am okay as well, but I don't like it when it's forced upon it because it's supposed to be correct.
But if you're in a situation where there's bombs and guns and spaceships or whatever, you're not going to sit there saying to Captain America, but what about my rights?
Yeah.
The whole world is half dead. It's like Independence Day, isn't it? The mothership. You're not going to be in a jet fighter saying to president. You know what I mean?
I know. I just bring it up because it sounds so ridiculous that these people feel so sensitive about just a normal film, regardless of what your sexuality is in relation to what the film is.
You're a big fan. Aliens, aren't you?
Which one are you? The word that you said cut out. Aliens.
The second one.
Yeah, aliens. Yeah.
Well, can you imagine that you've got them badass Marines, right? All women and men, right?
Yeah.
All equal, going into battle. I mean, these people are killing machines. Do any of them complain about the rights?
Mind you, Vasquez was a lesbian.
I don't think she was. I think she was diddling the other guy with the other big gun.
I'm just joking. But she was a bit manly, wasn't she?
She was very nice, Vasquez.
Yeah, she was.
I remember when she said to Hudson, when he goes, "Hey, Vasquez, are you a man?" And she's like,
"No, are you?" or something like that.
Yeah. She said,
no.
You.
Yeah. Lovely. I'm going to recommend. I'm going to do a review of Aliens at some point. We're going to do all the Alien films as well.
Definitely.
So, other news I've got. Apparently, Neil Gaiman is open to return to Doctor Who. Gaiman did a couple of stories, I think, during the Matt Smith era. He did one with Cybermen, and he did another one. I wasn't that mad on the episodes he did, but apparently he's He says anything to do with Doctor Who is always about time. I love Doctor Who. I think Jodie Whittaker is a fabulous Doctor. On the other hand, I'd love to write for her, but on one hand, I really, really wanted to write something for Peter Capaldi. I never got there because I was writing and making Good Omens through the Peter Capaldi years. You never know. With luck, I'll write something for Jodie, and if it isn't Jodie, then maybe the next Doctor down the line. So it's good that a well-respected writer like Gaiman is still interested in Doctor Who. But although I was never... I can't remember what his episodes are mainly about. Do you remember his episodes in Doctor Who?
No.
No. I know he did one with Cybermen, and I can't remember what his other one was. So, I don't know. Just because you're a good writer in certain things, it doesn't necessarily mean that, you know... Doctor Who's got its own way of doing things, and it might not click. So, anyway. Any other news? I think I'm running out of news quite fast.
I've got two. I know you're not into comics, but Ezra Miller's Flash will include Amazon Atlantean War.
Okay.
The new Flash. I'm surprised Ezra Miller hasn't been dropped after what he did, actually.
Oh, is that something which you... What? Elaborate, 'cause I don't know.
Well, this video footage of him strangling a fan or something. Somebody came
to talk. Oh, okay.
That says, yeah, I don't know. I've seen it. But they're doing a famous DC story called Flashpoint, and they've gone and fucked it all up and altered everything. And, you know, so if they're not putting the Atlantean Amazon female war in, there's no point.
Okay.
But I am open to it. I will go see it in an infected cinema full of people breathing all over me, yeah?
Well, I mean, like I said, I'm going to be going out soon with my PPEs, which I assume would be the mask plus that big visor thing, that thing that goes over your mouth.
What if they give you a hazmat suit, like on Stargate?
Well, yeah, all right. If it protects me, I'll do it. I don't give a toss. I just want to stay safe, quite frankly. I don't care what I look like. I mean, I'm going to look like a total idiot with all this stuff on, but if it keeps me safer, then I'll solid more do it, as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
What else have we got? Go for it. Oh, good. Go on.
James McAvoy actually campaigns to play young Patrick Stewart in Star Trek Picard.
Ooh. So, like a flashback or something?
No. There's little doubt that James McAvoy's done an excellent job playing the young Charles Xavier in the X-Men movies. But could the split star possibly take on another role that was originated by Patrick Stewart?
So, I was going to say, what was he like in X-Men? Was he good as a young Patrick Stewart?
Yeah, he was very good. I like James McAvoy. He was very good, but it's weird that he could end up playing young Picard, and then he played young Charles Xavier as well.
Well, yeah, and of course it makes you wonder how. I mean, Picard season 1 had lots of flashbacks. So yeah. I would hope. I was going to say I'd hope they do a time travel rather than flashbacks, but you never know.
Yeah, so looking like he's after that job.
Cool.
And I have some science news and UFO news.
Go for it.
This should make you happy. Machines can learn unsupervised at the speed of light after AI breakthrough, scientists say.
Oh. I mean, you've been talking about this for a long time, about this big breakthrough, because I wasn't really aware of how big this thing is going to be when it finally gets here. But it's very exciting.
Researchers have achieved a breakthrough in the development of artificial intelligence by using light instead of electricity to perform computations. The new approach significantly improves both speed, the efficiency of machine learning neural networks, a form of AI that aims to replicate the functions performed by a human brain in order to teach itself a task without supervision.
Wow.
We are fucked.
Oh, God. It is, isn't it? Oh, my God.
It's over. It's going to come alive on a certain time at a certain day. It's going to grow.
Judgment Day.
It's going to look at the human race. We're going to plug it in, think we can all sit on his ass for the rest of eternity. It's going to solve everything. It's going to think, right, I'm getting rid of them. Bang, we're gone. And then Terminators are running everywhere, and then there'll be a John Connor. Well, fuck it, we'll live in Terminator.
God. And it's only 9 years to 2029 as well.
Yeah, well, don't forget 2 years, we've got Soylent Green.
I know, so by 2029 it will be either wiped out by AI or eating people biscuits.
Yes, I mean, it's not a very Nice choice.
No, I don't think this is going to turn out to be a particularly good decade. The way it's turning out, it's certainly not turned out very good in the first 7 months, is it? So,
yeah, and newspaper I don't read, but it's here.
The Sun.
In the Daily Express, UFO sighting glowing sphere over Saddleworth stuns UFOs. Hunter sounds odd but true.
Okay. One thing I'm always slightly not dubious, but the thing is, though, I mean, everyone's got phones now, so you'd think you'd get more. Well, imagine you are getting a lot of UFO footage, aren't you, from different sources and stuff? And there's probably. Do you follow lots of websites that really focus on it every week?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll have to check out some of those actually, because I'm interested in that. I used to be a big fan of UFO books and stuff like that. So, it's interesting.
The unidentified flying object UFO was spotted over Saddleworth Moor in northwest England this month. Birdwatcher Alan Jones,
Okay.
49 of Delft, saw the mystery objects early in the morning as he sat in his car at Bleak Hay Nook at about 5:30 a.m. Mr. Jones heard a whoosh sound followed by a bright light in his rearview mirror. Well, what? Yeah, we all know. Yeah, I'm not going to say that. What did the dog in 3 o'clock in the morning on Saturday?
Yeah, no, let's not go there. Not going to go there, are we? Yeah. So he saw a whoosh on the moors.
Birdwatcher.
Yeah.
Is that what they call it now?
Oh, I don't know. No, it's fine. That's what else we got. Yeah, I don't think I've got much more.
Happy birthday to UFO the TV series. It's 50.
Oh, I've got happy birthday to you for last week.
Oh yeah,
No. I've got something very special for you. Here we are. Hang on a minute. I'll get ready for this. You'll be impressed with this. Right, ready? Okay. Here we go. This is from me to you. Okay. There we go. Silence.
That was very impressive. The cringe factor alone.
I'm a manualist. You've heard of a manualist, haven't
Thank you very much. I'm very honoured.
The manualist is a person who can make music with their own hands, and that's what I was trying to do then.
I will be sending your T-shirt this afternoon.
Oh, thank you for that. Yes, I saw the picture. It looked quite impressive.
Yes.
Have you tried yours on yet? Is it good?
I've worn it, yes. It's very nice. A high-quality T-shirt.
Oh, thank
and if
you.
anybody would like to go for
Let's not go there again.
pay an absolute shitload, ridiculous amount of money for a T-shirt of mine and Michael's head on your chest.
Yes.
You're going to be privileged.
Only £50 for the next 10 minutes. Yeah, exactly. Yes. Well, I look forward to that. I'm certainly going to wear mine with pride. And like I said, it's going to be interesting to see what it's like. And I've never had a T-shirt with anything I've designed before, so that's going to be fun. Oh no, I did actually. I used to have an old little logo, but it was like a little tiny square. This is like the whole thing, so that's really cool. So thanks for that, Martin. I look forward to sharing that.
Yes, I will be dispatching it this afternoon.
Whatever, there's no rush. I really appreciate it. That's really kind of you. Right, shall we go on to our topic of the week? 'Cause I think we're done.
Yeah, we are. We're done on the news.
All right, and we're going to review a classic, although it's a relatively new classic, but it certainly is. Here we go.
It's the
Solar Sci-Fi Focus
of the week.
Right, so this is a series which I think it started in 2018. It's only done 2 seasons. It's still in production, although season 3 has been halted because of the usual COVID-19. And that is, of course, the Orville. So let me go into what I thought about when I first heard about it first, then I'll ask your opinion. I think I saw the Orville quite soon after watching the first episodes of Discovery, season 1. From what I remember, they were both released at the same time. And I am a lifelong Star Trek fan. Although my opinion has improved in season 2, I should just say I was not blown away by the first few episodes of Discovery season 1 after the previous 5 live action series. So at the same time, this other series came along, which from what I understand, is going to be a bit like Galaxy Quest. It's going to be a sci-fi comedy thing. And I thought, okay, let's give this a go. Because, sometimes comedy and sci-fi work very well, i.e. things like Red Dwarf, and others don't work at all. A good example of that is Avenue 5. So I watched the first episode. I thought, yeah, this is good. This is quite good. I liked it. I could see where it's coming from. And I watched the second episode. I liked it more. And by the end of the season, it's amazing because it really had lost a lot of the comedy factor. And from what I gather watching it, it was more of the comedy factor was more of an excuse to make a series which really is like a Star Trek series. And Seth MacFarlane is the guy that put it together. And by the end of the first season, like I said, I was totally blown away by I like the characters. I like the humour. The humour worked for me very well. I like a lot. The episodes were quite standalone as well, so you could just delve into them. And I have to say, it was a really, really pleasant surprise for me. Season 2 upped the game. I think it got even better, and it was even good. I just think that the whole series has been a real pleasant surprise. I don't know how big it is out there now, how well known it is compared to the Star Treks, but I found it thoroughly enjoyable, and one of my favourite shows currently in production that I follow. So let's hear from you, Martin. What did you think about it when you came across it?
I remember seeing the trailer for Orville on YouTube, and I watched the trailer. Thought the trailer was a masterpiece. I thought we've got like an equivalent of like Galaxy Quest as a TV series, and when I watched the opening episode, when he caught his wife in bed with that blue alien thing, I couldn't stop laughing because you're not expecting an intro like that.
Yes, it was a really odd intro.
You get to see him as a bit of a useless character at first.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, because his wife got him the job on the ship and all this, and I love the interaction of the crew and the sarcasm.
Yeah, exactly.
The racist robot Bortus and his planet. Where women are banned. The navigator guy and the guy that's really intelligent, but he becomes in charge of engineering.
Yes.
and stuff like that.
I thought so too. I'm just actually looking.
Hello.
Oh, can you not hear me? Uh-oh. Hello. This is a blooper.
I don't know what happened there.
Can you hear me? Hello. Right, sorry about that, people. We were interrupted with the Wi-Fi problem on my end, but we're back on. So, Karen, what you're saying about how you thought of the characters when you first watched them in season 1?
Well, as I was saying, it was interesting about the characters out. The first episode set up beautifully. Yeah. And then rest of the season, I mean, there were some amazing stories in there, especially about the flat dimension.
Yes.
And it just went. I mean, Orville first season is exemplary. It is, but then we're going to go to the second season. You're not the only one. The second season, first few episodes, weren't that funny.
No.
And then suddenly, with Isaac's people and everything else, it just blew up.
Yeah. And
you couldn't turn it off.
No, I mean, I think with the Isaac storyline, which I think was about the middle of season 2, that's when the whole of the series to me got to a new level. It was the point where you thought, this is not just an ordinary, this is something really special. And I think after that, and the thing is, when you look at that, and of course you look back on season 1 and you know what's going to happen, it makes just the whole series in its entirety even better. And it really was a really classic thing. There are some other great storylines, not just the Isaac one. I like the character of Scott Grimes, because he plays Gordon Malloy. He has an episode where he sort of falls in love in the holodeck with this character. But she was actually on an iPhone. It was like pictures of this woman on an iPhone. And it was just one of the really, really strong episodes because the acting was great, the story was great. And of course, because the Orville's made now, it's very contemporary. When he creates a holodeck program, and they go and he kind of falls in love with her, and of course, in the end, what was so clever was that they changed a perspective of her with her boyfriend, because he wants to be involved with her, but then because she wasn't with the boyfriend, then she's different and she's not the same. But it's just great writing. It was just such a good episode.
And what about the planet where they voted for everything on social
media?
Oh,
I know. I've seen 3D prints where you can actually get the badges with the up arrow and the down arrow kind of thing. Yes. And it was just so clever, because this is very rare, because this is a series which is made now where all the great sci-fi concepts are still there. But of course, they're writing new concepts, because when you watch the previous Star Trek shows, you didn't have the face like and the dislike thing. That wasn't such a big thing, which is now the norm. No. And they used the idea to perfection, and it was just how ludicrous it is how all of us, in some ways, we are looking for those likes on YouTube and on Facebook, and the thumbs up and the smiley faces and stuff, and how it made it quite ridiculous when you look at it from the perspective of that planet, whereas, you know, how it's so extreme and how your life can literally end if you're not liked. Classic stuff.
Well, what were interesting about it, like the Krill were set up to be like the Klingons, like the baddie, and then suddenly we ally with the Krill.
Yeah, that's right. That was a surprise as well.
Which were very Babylon 5, where like the two main protagonists, where one is evil first season, second season it totally reverses. Yeah, that it's the guy you think who's the nicer person is the villain.
That's right.
And I really like that. I thought, honestly, Orville is super. It's the best science fiction out there right now. And
he absolutely.
Takes risks with it.
Absolutely.
He takes risks. And I think he planned it like that. That the first season, first year, wasn't going to be like the first. I think with every season it's going to be different. Yeah. And I think that's the secret to it.
I agree entirely. I mean, I think it is literally the best sci-fi series on at the moment. The two runner-ups for me are the Mandalorian and The Expanse, which are two also excellent series.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I'd say the Orville, The Expanse, and the Mandalorian.
They're the three big ones.
And the boys are the best thing out there at the moment.
What was that last one you said? The Boys? What's that?
The Boys, I recommend it's only 8 episodes. I recommend you should try it out.
Okay, what's it about? Very quickly.
Well, it's about superheroes, but in our world with social media all over them, they are not what you think they are. Imagine superheroes, but they're arrogant and stuff like that. I don't want to spoil it for you.
All right, no, okay.
You watched the first 8 episodes, only 8 episodes.
Yeah, I could do that.
What better?
All right, well, I'll try and do that. Let's go back to the Orville, but thanks for that. Thanks. Okay.
It's full of Hollywood A-listers in it.
Actually, that's what I was going to say about the Orville. It had a lot of big stars in this series as well.
Yeah, Charlize Theron.
Yeah, I mean, we had... who else did we have? We had... I'm trying to think of some big names who are in it. I mean, we had lots of... trying to think who's been in it. Guest stars. Rob Lowe, who played the alien with the squirting. Ted Danson. Liam Neeson. Brian Thompson, who of course is...
Kelly Hu, the Hollywood actress. She was the admiral. I mean, this is it. I mean, he knows a lot of people, doesn't he?
Well, I know. I mean, there's a load of Star Trek actors who've been in it. Who's been in it? So, Brian Thompson, who's been in every single TV series ever, and film ever. Brian Thompson goes back to I like Brian Thompson as well. He was in it. Robert Picardo, of course, who's the Doctor in Voyager.
He directed a couple.
Yeah, he did. John Billingsley was in it, who was Phlox in Enterprise. We saw Tuvok. What's the other actor who plays Tuvok? I can't think of his name. He was not Tony Todd. Tony Todd's in it though. Tony Todd was in it as well. Marina Sirtis was in it. Murray Abraham was in it. Oh, Tim Russ. Tim Russ was in it as well. Loads of well-known actors in it. I was really surprised when I saw Liam Neeson in one episode. Which I
mean, these are people that earn, what, 30 million a movie?
I know. Even Bruce Willis played a plant in it. He played a flower alien. Uncredited.
What, really?
Oh, yeah, Bruce Willis was... Bruce Willis as Grogan, the Catrudian flower alien, uncredited.
I
did he's in it as well. Yeah, really good stuff. And I honestly, I've got to watch the whole series again, but it is just a real pleasure. If you haven't seen the Orville, please check it out wherever it's online. It is so worth watching. It's really, really solid. The special effects are fantastic. The acting's wonderful. The characters are so likable. And it's a place. It's a bit like it does remind me, and a lot of people say it's a bit like if you were on the Enterprise D in Star Trek: Next Generation, but with a bit more comedy. It has that warm feeling about it, and it does have some real parallels with Star Trek in it. But
well, to be honest, it's how Star Trek should be done.
Yeah, well, you can have comedy in Star Trek.
I mean, Discovery's like. I mean, I do like Discovery on and off, and Picard was a bit of a disappointment. It really was at the end, but. Yeah. That's where I mean it's Star Trek. It's gone, but if anybody who's found that place where it should fit, he's got in there. I mean, they should have just given him Star Trek franchise.
Well, really. I know. I mean, if you want Star Trek, I hope to say this. Don't. My first choice would not be a Star Trek series. It would be the Orville. To be honest with you,
definitely. Yeah.
It's just they've got it. They got. It's hard to explain what Star Trek is, but whatever it is. And I can only say that because you just cannot explain what it is until you've seen it. But that is Star Trek. Orville is Star Trek. And Discovery and Picard are good attempts. But to me, they're not Star Trek. They are attempts. And I hate to say that because I'm a huge Star Trek fan. But yeah, going back to the Orville, really, really good series. Other episodes that you remember that stood out for you? What other episodes did you like?
All of it is exemplary for me. All of it.
I'm just looking at the names.
I watch it over and over again. The only thing that upset me is that I was so looking forward to a series last year that we've had to wait nearly a year to get to season 3.
Yeah,
which I am worried that the fan base might just drop out.
You're right. I hope you're wrong. But I think, to be honest with you, everything's up in the air. That they'll probably give most series the benefit of the doubt, I would assume, for season 3. I don't know.
Well, they've extended the episodes. I think there's 18 episodes this season.
Oh, I hadn't heard that. There was 14 in season 2. Yeah. That's good. That's almost like a full length of the original Star Trek. Oh, that'd be good.
But they've put a lot more money into it, apparently.
Well, it's transferred, isn't it? Because it's gone to Hulu now.
Yeah.
So I don't know much about Hulu, what they're like, but I mean, they seem to be providing the money. So they obviously got a lot of confidence in this. I do think this would be one of those series that will be a real cult. It already is a cult classic, but I think this is a series that you're just never going to forget, and it's going to be one that hopefully. I mean, it's funny because like even Stargate never got as big as Star Trek, but Stargate to me has a huge impact on science fiction.
I think Stargate is just as big as Star Trek. I
do
really
you think?
do.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
I mean, 3 TV series, the cartoon series, and 3 movies.
Yeah.
I think Stargate.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Established a vast universe.
Yeah.
Which I can't understand. We'll have to talk about this. Why they've not done anything about it.
Well, we are going to soon review the Orville, Atlantis and Universe. So when we come up with the next, we've already done SG1, but we'll definitely have to talk about that. But let's stick to the Orville. Maybe one day it will get its own spin-off and it could get bigger. But as you say, because unfortunately it started at this difficult time, it could fizzle out. It could well do. I don't know. I hope not.
It could do. But also that the Orville's open up an entire universe where you could make spin-off series.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, it could easily have another series, like have a sister ship of the Orville or something, and maybe it
could go to the cinema.
Yeah, I'd love to see it at the cinema. I'd certainly go and see it at the cinema. Let's just see what happens. But they have got some very good people working there. I was looking at a lot of the people who wrote it. I mean, they've got Brandon Braga, Andre Bremanis, who have both worked on Star Trek. Got a lot of Star Trek people involved with this. And unfortunately, a lot of those people aren't involved with the CBS production, so that's the problem. But I'm not knocking Discovery or Picard; they're just different, and to me, at least, they don't work as well as this series. But yeah, this series has been a complete pleasure. Season 2 finished with a great alternate timeline story called Tomorrow, Tomorrow, and Tomorrow, where I think it was where the captain, their names don't all stand up, which is really bad to admit this, but hang on, what's his name? Kelly Gracie. Kelly she didn't get involved with the captain, Ed Mercer, and then so his life's completely changed, and then the Isaacs race, they won the battle, didn't they, or something? It was a really good two-parter, I thought.
Yeah.
Did you like the way it ended? I thought it was quite good.
I loved it, and that's why I'm screaming for more. But it's back in September, apparently. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is, though, what they're saying is coming back in September.
I think so. Yeah, September, October. Yeah.
Because I heard that they filmed about 6 episodes, but the episodes weren't in linear order. So I've heard that they can't show anything until they've got the other half done. But I don't know. That's what I've heard, but I don't know.
That's what I'm worried about, because people are going to think, well, what's the point?
Well, also, they
should have got season 3 out last year. They should have got it out last year.
Well, they were going to. I thought they were going to be showing it around the time that you mentioned, actually, or actually even slightly later than that. I don't think.
It was normally about October when it came on, wasn't it? Late September.
I heard ages ago that it's going to come back at the end of this year, around Christmas time. So
right then, well, that's fair. Well, it's just annoying, that's all. I just think they might have damaged themselves, but let's see. Let's wait and see what happens.
Yeah, you don't know how it's going to be on Hulu. I mean, the Hulu's a whole new demographic, so it could well be a pro or con for them. But whatever, we've got one more season to go, and if that's all we get, then that's all we get. It's another series which I'm certainly going to keep a copy of and enjoy. So yeah, to round off from my perspective, thoroughly enjoyed the series. It's so good that it's still being made. I really can't wait to see what they do for season 3. I know that there were actually. I heard also something different. I heard that season 3 was going to have less episodes, but the episodes were going to be longer. So I don't know whether we're hearing from 2 different sources. So that's what I heard. I heard it's now it's come back to my memory. The last I heard it's going to be 10 episodes, but each one's going to be an hour or something, rather than 13, 14 at 45 minutes. So I don't know. I think we've been hearing things from different sources. So we'll have to see what happens. But whatever happens, we have at least got one more season, and I certainly hope that it continues for a long time to come. And I'm very grateful to have gotten into it. Any last words from you about this great series?
No, I just want it back so I can watch it.
Yeah, and what I think we'll do is we'll have to do some extensive reviews of the episodes if and when they come out on our news segment, because, like I said, it'll be good in the future. We have the thing is, since we've done this podcast, a lot of the time there's been no production and no new series because everything's been halted. But I think when we earlier on we were reviewing the latest episodes of Doctor Who, weren't we, and Picard and stuff like that. So it would be nice to come back to that in our news segments in the future and certainly bounce off each other, because I think we like a lot of similar things. Not everything that's alike, but it certainly will prove with some interesting discussion. So thank you for that. Right, on that note, I think we should move on to Cancelled Nay, It's Here to Stay. Last week we did Automan, and that was quite a farce. So this one I think is going to be of a similar comedic level, because this is a series we haven't taken very seriously, but it exists. And that is, of course, well, shall we hit the jingle first and then we'll say, here we go.
Yeah, go on then.
Cancelled? Nay.
I can hear lots of static.
It's here to stay. Okay, after that jingle, Martin didn't sound too excited about this. We are, of course, reviewing Hyper Theorizing Season 2 of Manimal. Yes, Manimal. But we both decided when we came up with this segment a couple of weeks ago, we both said, let's do Automan and Manimal. So we've got one down, one to go. So Manimal, of course, was this guy who was like, was he working for the police? Who are these people why was he involved with crime? Was he like a secret detective?
No, he was a millionaire playboy whose dad found something dark secrets to Africa.
Right.
And become Manimal 1, he become Manimal 2. He met a policewoman and he got involved with her. And would they or wouldn't they every week and solve crimes together? It was like an advisor to the police department.
Okay. So Manimal had this incredible ability, for no particular apparent reason, through whatever he could, but through inhaling through his nose and looking like he's farting, he could actually change into a Black Panther or an eagle or other things.
He could change into anything.
Yeah, but you only saw him transfer into the same things because they didn't have the money to make him see him transfer into a bird. Well, he turned into an eagle or whatever it is. So if they were to make a season 2, which of course they didn't, they would have had to try to make it spiced up in some way. So,
well, I've got all that ready.
Go. Brilliant! Go for it. Go on.
I'm going to tie it into the Predator thing.
Okay, go on.
I am. When Manimal, like when Predator, the crack of its arse landed on top of it, and they took it up to the Predator ship as a trophy, and they all laughed at him. He threw it in the toilet, and they were ready to launch. But Manimal had woken up and changed into a goldfish. And he swam off down the Predator toilet pipes and become a guinea pig and slumped off from the spaceship launched. And he returned home. Meanwhile, she's at it with the Knight Rider.
Oh, God.
And in back of car, kids like recording it. And he turns up anyway. He says, "Who's this Michael Knight?" Anyway, we go through an entire season of. Let's give him. I mean, can you give Manimal 5 seasons? I mean, can you really?
You can't give it 5 minutes in 5 seasons.
To spice it up, like you said, we get appearances from Airwolf, the 18.
Oh, okay, right.
All the 80s heroes, they all turn up in episodes just to keep it going. And he becomes like things and helps them, and and he's in with all 80s sort of TV action heroes. He teams up with Magnum.
So basically they're only keeping the show on the air just because they're bringing actors and characters from other TV series just to prop it up.
He teams up with Murder She Wrote. He becomes a parrot.
Columbo.
Columbo.
Kojak.
Yeah, but Kojak. Yeah.
Starsky and Hutch.
He teams up with all these people. But in the background, she's been having it away with Michael Knight in the back of the car.
Okay.
And he in season 3, it's sort of a bit of a cliffhanger.
Season 3, she gets pregnant. Season 3, she's pregnant with Michael Knight's kid.
Well, she's like, what happens? They realise he has feelings for her, and it goes through the final episode of season 2 that he's going to become. He's going to tell her how he feels about her, but she's actually back at car with Michael Knight again. The car's bouncing up and down. Kids complaining about his suspension.
Suspension's working hard,
he can't find her. Anyway, she turns up and he can smell Michael Knight, because he's got animal sense.
Yeah.
And she's been out solving crimes with him at car. He's a bit insecure about it. So anyway, it finished up where Michael Knight was like stood behind curtain and stands there and says, "Look, Manimal, it's she's got a choice, a guy with a car or a guy can turn into a guinea pig, I mean, come on." And that's where season 2 finishes.
Oh, like to be continued.
Season 3, there's a big fight between him, Kit, and Knight Rider. And like, car's doing it what it can do, and he becomes a grizzly bear, picks up the car and throws it. But then what happens? Michael Knight's in car, and Manimal becomes a big he becomes a dragon.
Okay. So can he become fictitious creatures then?
No,
that makes you think, doesn't it?
No, he becomes one of them big long dragon things that live on them islands. Them dragons.
No, but go on.
He becomes one of them. But Night Kit uses its laser beam. Anyway, Manimal, like, this is over there. She's chosen Knight Rider, and he's pissed because his animal science took over. He's done all Panther and all that, but he can't get into the car, so he decides to become a gerbil.
Again.
To get into Kit's tailpipe.
Oh.
To climb, become a snake and sneak through, and then a spider, then a fly, and to get into the car.
Into the circuits.
Kill Michael Knight. And then,
I thought he was going to kill and hit the car.
Oh no, killed both of them.
Okay.
Because his animal sides took over. You remember the beginning? From animal to man to manimal. No, from man to animal to manimal. Well, manimal becomes a gerbil. He jumps into the tailpipe. But he's like, she's a bit dippy. She accidentally pressed the turbo boost.
Oh no!
And he got shot out at thing, right?
Yeah.
Out of the tailpipe. And then but the car only turbo boosts 5 foot, and Michael Knight reverses the car. And just as he changes into a guinea pig, the car runs over him.
Oh, is that the end?
And Manimal got cancelled.
Oh. Well, can I quickly say what I thought might have happened in season 2? Although yours is very...
Go on.
I thought it would be that there would be a whole kind of like a unit of Manimals that they discovered, and they somehow sort of like subvert authorities, and they try to have their own agendas, and so they can actually change into things, and they can go into secret bases, and they can sneak in as ants or something, and then come in and
Team Manimal.
and then there'll be one of the Manimals falls in love with Simon's Manimal, and then they have a Manimal baby, and that baby can change as well, and it'll all be about the two Manimals, and you see them changing, working together to stop this unit of other Manimals who are trying to bring the government down, and they're trying to protect America or something. That's what I had a very, very quick flash of doing. And you could have regular characters. Team Animal. Yeah, they could have renamed it for season 2 and called it Team Animal. And then they could have...
Well, all right, Team Animal. Let's go to Team Animal.
Team Animal.
There's one gets pissed and becomes a dog, gets picked up in pound and gets put down. One becomes a cat and gets picked up and put in pound. One becomes a mouse, gets squashed. I mean, where do you want to end this?
What about if one...
A TV series I had to sit through, right?
Yes.
To sit through, right?
Yes.
All fucking 8 episodes of it.
You loved it.
Where he's undercover as a parrot, right, listening to a conversation. I'm sorry, I can't respect it.
But what about they made it so that one of the animals could turn into a bacteria and actually infect people? Maybe not.
What? Like
and then there could be a Manimal virus. Manimal virus, and then they start to take over the world.
Well, they did do Team Knight Rider, didn't they?
Oh no! Don't mention Team Knight Rider. I've heard about that. I heard it was shit.
Team Knight Rider, yeah, they did. Yeah,
I heard of it. I've not seen it. So Team Animal. So I don't think both those particular, because it's like we're creating sort of like pilots for new series, aren't we? Without sort of like we're like in the briefing room. And we're coming up with these new ideas about what can we do for Manimal. Okay, we could do a sort of thing with other characters from other series, or we could do this.
I've got a delivery.
Oh, okay.
Hello? Yeah. Yeah, cheers. Right, I'm back.
Alright, no problem, we got your delivery. So just to finish off what we were saying, I don't think either series would have particularly worked very well, but then the original series didn't work out that well in its own right, really, so...
the Russians could have, like, their own Team Manimal.
They could do.
Where they're, like, opposite to them.
Oh, God. You could see it, couldn't you, as you could have whole nations of Manimals. It's no, it's not going to work, is it? They're not going to sell. We can't sell that to CBS, can we? Actually, CBS might accept it.
End of season 3. We'll have to cliffhanger. Where did Manimal get squashed by?
Kit. When he's a gerbil, or whether he became a virus and went up someone's bottom or something in season 2.
Yes.
All right, well, thank you for that. Not the best series to do a continuation of, but at least we had some ideas.
He became a parrot undercover.
Or he went up a soldier's arse as a bacteria. One of those two.
And there was a fella in a swimming pool at the end of an episode, and had become a shark. I mean,
you're not going to give that a rewatch, are you? I can tell you're not going to give that a rewatch.
No, I'm not.
No, I didn't think so. All right, Martin. Well, look, I think that's done for today. Sorry for a couple of interruptions, but that's what happens. My internet's still down at home, but I'm running it off 4G, so at least we can finish off the recording. I thought which would be a very apt ending for this episode. I have got the... Oh, it's buggered off now. Where's it gone? Shoot. Oh, God. That's another blooper. Give me a second. Oh, feck. Oh, bugger. All right, I can't read out the actress's name because the site's gone down, but we'll be able to put this in the post edit. In the episode Lasting Impressions, which is the episode I talked about where Scott Grimes sings a song with the character. It's a really good song, and I thought we'd give this a play now. Bit soppy maybe, but it's just shows that the actor who plays the character is a good singer. So we'll be back next week. Next week we're going to be doing the first Terminator film. I thought we could do that next week, which we certainly want.
Superb.
And then the week after that, we've got Simon Martin's idea of doing The Last Starfighter, which I've only just seen, and I enjoyed it, and I want to bounce it off you.
It's a fantastic.
Yeah, so I'm going to, because it's fresh in my mind, so I'm going to sort of see it from a new perspective. It's real worth a chat. Thank you, Martin. We'll catch you next week on the Solar One Sci-Fi podcast.
I'll see you next week.
And sorry for all the interruptions and complications. Catch you later.
I've had time to write a book about the way you act and look, but I haven't got a paragraph. Words are always getting in my way. Anyway, I love you. It's all I have to tell you. It's all I've got to say. And now I'd like to make a speech about the love that touches me. But stumbling I'd make you laugh. Feel as though my tongue were made of clay. Anyway, I love you. That's all I have to tell you. I am not a girl of poetry. Music isn't one with me. It runs from me. It runs from me. And I tried to write a symphony, but I lost the melody. Alas, I only finished half. And finish I suppose I never made. Anyway, I love you. That's all I have to tell you. That's all I've got to say. That's all I've got to say. It's all I've got to say.
Computer and program.